She lost her job. Her friends are teasing her. And worse, her family doesn't appreciate her at all. Let's talk about it. Hello, my name is Joyce. I am a 42-year-old female who works as a accountant for a huge company in Seattle, Washington. I had recently lost my job due to cutbacks. When I told a good friend of mine about it, she laughed at me and told me to go find a new job. I've been looking, and it is hard to find a job making $70,000 a year. Yeah, that's what I lost. My mother and my sisters, they're not helping me out either. They say that I made enough money over the time that I was working there to have saved enough to get along for the next 20 years, which used to be the case. But in the last 3.5 years, the cost of living has gone up so tremendously. I had to sell my home because I couldn't afford to live in it anymore. The interest on those mortgage payments got more expensive every single year. I just couldn't afford it anymore. Plus, how much it costs to eat? Are you kidding me? The cost of food just to feed myself is tremendously outrageous. I'm talking like 150 up to $250 a week, and that's barely eating anything. I'm sorry to give you my problems, but you could share this. Please let people know that they're not the only ones losing their jobs. It happened to me too. Oh, and by the way, with the people that just went on strike, the dock workers, oh, I hope they get their jobs back. I hope they come to a settlement. But if they do come to a settlement, will this kill the food industry, the industry of buying? Is this going to kill that if they get this huge raise that they want? Because prices are just going to go up. And people, well, we're just going to have to pay for it. Anyway, I'm done babbling to you. Thank you for listening. Please share this. Bye for now. Well, there you go, folks. Another person losing her job, and she makes a lot of money too. You know what? I feel tremendously heavy hearted for folks, old and young, that lose their jobs due to the economic cutbacks of these big businesses or small businesses, just business in general. Yes, we're suffering. We are suffering the worst consequences that we have ever seen since probably the 1930s. Honestly, um, you know, under Obama, he gave the banks a huge bailout. And when he did this, mortgages went from really low back up to super high. And they created a new problem for themselves when they shouldn't have done that. When you place higher interest on home loans, it's going to create chaos across the country, which it has. And I knew this was coming. I bought my home during the Obama crisis before he bailed the banks out. Right when homes were at the lowest peak before they started going back up. So, I mean, guys, I feel so tremendously horrible for people that are going through this, especially our young people. Young people are the ones that are taking over our legacy, and now they can't do that. And people are teasing them and saying, work another job. Okay, I can understand that. But when you have a crisis that is big as the one we got right now, and a person making $40,000 a year can't afford to feed themselves because they got to take care of their kids, or even a single person with no kids. I mean, rent is $2,500 a month or higher for a 1 or 2 bedroom. Are you kidding me? How could our young people survive today? Um, you know, uh, uh, Corporate is taking over our economy, taking over people, taking over our world, basically. And, you know, it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. And my heart goes out to all the young and old that are struggling today. Even me myself um, sees what's coming. And okay, as far as the workers go for the docks, they went back to work. They come up to a settlement. I think it's a 63 or 64% raise over the next 5 or 6 years, which is going to completely throw the cost of every good that comes into our country sky high. If it's a 64% raise that each person is going to get over the next 6 years, our goods have to go up 64% to pay it. And that's the way it works. And don't let anybody tell you differently. Come on, guys. No one is going to give up 64% of their profit and think and say it's okay. No, it ain't going to work like that. They go back to work. In 6 years, a loaf of bread is going to cost us $10 a loaf. A can of soup is going to be $7. A box of ice cream is going to be $12 to $15. Don't kid yourself. A 1 pound bag of rice is going to be probably $8. Don't kid yourself, guys. It's going to go higher, higher, and higher. Mark my word. It's not going to get any better. And the dock workers getting a 60 something percent raise over the next 6 years. Well, we're going to have to eat that cost over the next 6 years and beyond. It's done, folks. I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, she's right. She's concerned about it. She lost her home, but it's going to happen to a lot more people. Folks out there that make 100 grand a year, that you think your jobs are secure because you live in LA or a state that you haven't really seen the economic crisis hit yet because you're making so much money. Oh, it's coming to you. Trust me. More and more people lose their jobs. More and more people have no more money. More and more people that have no money can't afford to buy anything. When you can't afford to buy anything, companies can't sell anything. When companies can't sell anything, they don't have enough money to pay employees, so they got to lay off employees. When their profits start going down to where they can't keep the company open, those companies close. And all those people that they do have lose their jobs. And that's the way it works. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And I'm not a doom and gloomer. It's just reality. It's the way that it is. It's our country these days. Everybody wants to make more money, but the capitalists want to keep their money. And I suggest that what you do is find a business that you can do to make a little extra cash for yourself. I'll talk about that on my next video, like my wife does. Anyhow, I'm Wayne, and I'll talk to you on the next one.